Hello and welcome, anyone who's there. A big welcome. Maybe I could just see if there's anybody joining me. If one or two will gradually log in. I know from past experience, at least I hope so. John King, old faithful from up in Ardnamurchan, so far away geographically and yet feeling so near. And Liz Harris up in Fife, lovely. And Carol in Stroud down the ring, and Lynn from up in Ardnamurchan, that's lovely. Evert Lienknecht from Belgium, Mark Taft from Leicester, Isalinda Damas from Portugal, and anyone else. That's lovely already, that's beautiful. So this week, I'm going to, this is Sovereign Earth number 32, and I'm going to sing you a song, actually. I'm just back from Ireland, from a Druid Gorseth, 33 Druids or so, over in County Mayo. If I can remember this, I'm going to sing you an Irish chant, which means, well, I'll sing it first and then I'll tell you what it means. Isedavadonu, Isedavahimohel, Isedavahimochi, Isedavahimanam, Gurauli. And it roughly translates as you are welcome, although it literally translates this is your life. You're welcome in my life, you're welcome in my heart, you're welcome in my soul. It is so. That's a lovely welcoming chant. I was only practicing that literally 2 minutes before I switched on, so it's pretty raw, but yeah, lovely sentiment. So while I've been over in Ireland for most of the last week, several days, travelled over with my friends Matt and Adrian. Matt drove us all the way, and we stayed at Emer's in Kilkenny, in three castles in Kilkenny. We stayed there for a day either side of the 3 days in County Mayo. Storm-filled time up there, but such a beautiful landscape. Anyway, I was going to be doing this episode. I was going to be on sacred words, hidden meaning. But that's going to be next week now, although I'll give you a flavour of it later in this. So we were talking about the situation and the challenges of the world, and particularly this coronavirus that's kicking around, and the Druid response in a way to all that. And I said, well, I think we go back to basics. That's the way forward, basic, simple principles of Druidry and of our practice, whatever that is for each of us. So for me, and then Matt chipped in and said, yeah, the light body exercise. And that's one of the earliest sort of learnings and teachings in the Druid path. And I'd like to couple it this week with tree visualization. And so because of that, I've called it Trealing, T-R-E-A-L-I-N-G, Trealing, this week's episode, a made-up word, healing with trees as healing allies. But first, a song for trees. Trees stand tall in the heart of the forest, high in the sky, and the roots go down in the deep dark earth. Trees grow tall in the heart of the forest, high in the sky, and the roots go down in the deep dark earth. In the deep dark earth, in the deep dark earth. And I want to offer that one because he wrote it. I want to offer it to Nkomo. And some of you may know, but he's been very ill lately. I hope he's coming round. He was in intensive care, so that's pretty serious. And he wrote that song, Trees Grow Tall in the Heart of the Forest. So this thing, trealing, yes, trees and druidry. Well, of course, trees are central to the path of anyone who calls himself a druid, whether they realize it or not, whether I realize it or not. I've talked before about the roots of druidry and the word. This is to some extent my interpretation, but as is said, if you ask 100 druids what is druidry, you'll get 100, at least 100 answers. So just briefly, for me, druid is from Sanskrit, the wid part of the druid. Wid is wisdom. And the dru for me comes from the taru, tru, druid, truid, truth, and tree, druid, tree. So the druid encompasses truth and wisdom and trees. And even better, I found out this week, found out a few days ago, that in Irish, the Old Irish, for druid is dree, D-H-R-E-E, which is like tree. Druid is a tree. But even better, in Irish, that word also means magic. Isn't that incredible? I find that, yeah, that really inspires me. So let's go back to basics. We're going to go into the into visualization now, or at least I invite us to go into visualization together. Anyone who's been here before knows this is where we go into what I've come to call the global grove. And if you're new to this, it doesn't matter, just come along with the intent and the knowledge of meeting trees and encountering some healing. So I invite us to close our eyes. And I'm just going to do a gentle heartbeat on the drum. So just hearing this, deepening the breath, going deeper, relaxing the body. And in your mind's eye, I invite you to find yourself in a sacred grove of trees, a circle of trees, beautiful trees. It can be whatever shape and size or whatever type of tree you feel most connected with, most comfortable with. So in this sacred grove, in this moment, there are literally, in this second, there are people all around the world now linking in with this intention of being in sacred grove together, global grove. And we're a circle of people intermingled with a circle of trees. Feels remarkably healing already for me. And in your mind's eye, in my mind's eye, to now envision a tree in the center of this circle, a special, unique tree to you, a healing tree. You might think of it as a world tree, but it's your unique tree. So it can be any species, any shape. What is your special healing tree? That's the point. It's a healing tree. Just see it in the center of the circle. And I invite you to go up to it and to just place a hand on it. Just place either of your hands on the tree. And just feel the life force coursing up through the trunk of the tree. That life force for the tree is very much alive. And now you find a place next to the tree. You're going to sit with your back to the tree, but there's a comfortable space. There's a niche, a hollow, or something some comfortable place, either on the roots or between the roots. Whether you're back to the tree, you sit down, find a really comfortable place and breathe into that. And I'm going to invite you to join me for the light body exercise. I'll say a bit more after meditation, but just now, let's enjoy together with our sacred tree, our healing tree behind us, supported with that energy and that presence. And now invite us to imagine with our feet on the ground or near the earth. There are two holes, a hole in each sole, a hole in the foot, at the bottom of the foot, where life force, life energy, light coursing into your feet, flowing into your feet, through the soles of your feet. And your feet radiant with light, shining with light, completely relaxed, fully relaxed. And that light now flowing up into your calves, your lower legs, flowing into your lower legs and your knees, radiant with light, glowing with light, totally and fully relaxed. And that light energy now up past your knees, up into your upper legs, your thighs. And as it flows into your upper legs and your thighs, you see them radiant with light, shining with light, completely relaxed, totally relaxed. And now that light energy flowing ever further up into your pelvic region, your pelvic bones, your buttocks, your genitals, your hips, all filled with light, radiant with light, shining with light, completely relaxed, utterly relaxed. And that light now streaming up into your belly, into your navel, into your lower part of your torso, and your lumbar region, your kidneys and your intestine, that whole area of the belly now filled with light, radiant with light, shining with light, and completely and totally relaxed. And just taking that energy, allowing that light energy to flow into your chest, up into your lungs and your heart, and the upper part of your body, shining with light, radiant with light, completely relaxed, fully relaxed. That energy now flowing over your shoulders, into your shoulders, and from your shoulders down through your upper arms to your elbows, to your forearms and your fingers and hands. So your arms and hands and shoulders are now radiant, filled with light. Let that energy fill your arms, hands, and shoulders with radiant light, shining light, completely relaxed. And let that energy now flow, That light flows into your neck, up your windpipe, filling you and up into your chin, your lower jaw, your teeth, your cheeks. Let it flow into your ears, your nose, your whole mouth, your teeth, nose, your whole face, up into your eyes, your eye sockets, your eyeballs, your eyelids and your eyebrows, flowing up and into your head, this light, as it fills now your temple and the whole of your head, now filled with a radiant, shining, glowing, beautiful light. Completely relaxed. And you allow, in your mind's eye, a hole in the crown of your head to open, and for this life force energy, this light, to flow through you and out the top of your head into the universe. And you are conscious now again of the tree behind you. And I would invite you to stand gently and to hug the tree, or to enfold the tree in your embrace, maybe is a better way of putting it. To enfold the tree in your embrace. To be aware of that life force, light, energy flowing not only through you, but from the very roots of the tree, up through the trunk and out through the branches. And as you enjoy this moment of embracing and engaging with your sacred tree, I invite you to listen to this song. I am a walking tree, you are a walking tree. I am a walking tree, you are a walking tree. I breathe in what you breathe out, you breathe in what I breathe out. I breathe in what you breathe out, you breathe in what I breathe out. Bringing the lights down into the darkest ground. Bringing the light down into the darkest ground. Feet on the earth, head in the sky. Feet on the earth, head in the sky. Releasing the life force into the world. Releasing the life force into the world. I am a walking tree, you are a walking tree. So just sit with that energy for a moment, enjoying, acknowledging, honoring, and fully savoring your sacred healing tree. And as your energy flows, so does the tree's energy flow. And they flow together. They flow from the earth to the heavens. Then you place your face against the tree, your cheek or your lips or your head. And you give gratitude. And then gently and gracefully and graciously, taking your leave of the tree, gently easing away from the trunk, gracefully walking back to the edge of the grove, to the edge of the circle of trees, where you turn, and I like to give a little bow. You might wish to, or you might just want to smile. And just in your mind's eye, let that picture dissolve, return to the other world, and you return to this world, to this apparent world. And I invite you to become aware of where you're sitting in the room or on the chair or on the floor, as I am. And to gently open your eyes, as I now do, and to come back to this realm, this world. So trealing, yes, it's a word, I like playing with words, as any of you who know me will understand by now. But the tree is central to Druidry, to the wisdom of our ancient forebears, and there is great sustenance to be had in just simply connecting with the tree like that. And in this time, the invitation to myself as much to you is to remember to connect with trees, with my special tree, in times of need or in times of unsettlement or discomfort. And this time is challenging, I think we agree. But the tree is a steadfast and a constant that we can each tune into. I'd love to know what sort of tree each of you came up with. Some lovely words from May Sarton. I can't remember them exactly, but this is my interpretation and memory. I'd like to believe that when I die, I will have given myself away, just like a tree that seeds itself every spring. And in giving that seed, you could say it's a loss, but it is no loss. It's a gift to the world. The tree deeply rooted in the earth and spilling its treasures on the wind. I love that image. Spilling, us too, as we encounter and embrace and unfold our lives, to spill our treasures on the wind. We've each got treasure to share. Our gifts, what are they? We shed them like the seeds of the tree, just like the oak does, very generous tree. So I'm going to finish with a song. Oh yes. So next week, sacred words, hidden meanings. So dree and druid and magic in Irish. There's lots of clues to the sacred in forgotten words and hidden festivals. So I'll try and share some of that with you next week. I'm going to finish with a song. You can join in if you know it, or see how you go. Standing like a tree with my roots deep down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to this heart that is open, 'cause I'm standing like a tree, standing like a tree, standing like a tree with my roots deep down, my branches wide and open. Come down the rain, come down the sun, come down the fruit to the heart that is open, 'cause I'm standing like a tree, standing like a tree, standing like a tree. Woo! So I'll just sign out with a singing bowl. Sharing our gifts, spilling our gifts like treasures on the wind, just like a tree does. Be blessed with love and joy.